Hello everyone, this is Mrs. Venti and welcome back to my channel. You are most welcome. Today we are continuing with our revision for our grade 9 introduction. So we have done addition and subtraction. Today we are going to do multiplication. Before we get started, can I ask you to please like and subscribe? Click on the bell button to get notifications of any new videos. And yeah, that'll be awesome if you could do that for me. Let's get started. Today we're doing multiplication. So we're going to do 16 questions. We're going to do one question per slide. And our first question says, what is 1,360 multiplied by 29? Now we are going to do the column method of multiplication, meaning that we are writing it as it is on the screen. Notice that every number or every digit is within one block by itself, and that's exactly how I want you to write it inside of your text of your exercise book. Now when you are writing, notice again that we've got our units, our tens, our hundreds, and our thousands all in column form: units over units, tens over tens, etc. So let's get started. We are going to work from the right to the left. So when we are doing, we're going to do double digit multiplication. So we are going to multiply from the bottom number. The first number we're going to look at is this number 9. I want to multiply the 9. So I'm going to say 9 times 0, and 9 times 0, 9 times any number is going to be 0. Now what I like to do, and the reason why we're doing one question per slide, is because I like to have my calculation area, right? So in my calculation area, I am going to write out the 9 times table. So 9 times 1 is 9, then 18, then 27. Now while we are at it, let me show you a trick of the 9 times table. Notice that if I'm looking at the ones of the 9 times table, it goes down from 9. 9, 8, 7. Then it'll be 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Interesting to know. Then if I do it on the tens, I'm going to start with 0, which I don't write. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Those are the first 10 multiples of the 9 times table. And as you can see, it was easy for us to write it down because I went from 9 to 0 and then from 0 to 9. So my next step in my multiplication, I said 0 times 9 is 0. Now I'm going to say 9 times 6. And I can calculate that, or I can look at my times table. I say, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is 54. So what do I write down? I'm going to write down the 4, and I'm going to carry the 5 over. Next up, I'm going to say 9 multiplied by 3, and that's going to be 9, 18, 27. Then I'm going to add the 5. So I'm saying 9 times 3 equals 27. 27 plus 5. 7 and 5 is 12, so that's going to be 2, carry 1 over. 2 and 1 is 3. So my answer is going to be 32. I'm going to write the 2 down, 2 units, and I carry the 3 over. And then I'm going to say 9 times 1. 9 times 1 is 9 plus 3. 9 times 1 is 9 plus 3 is going to give me 12. So that's 2. I'm not going to carry the 1 because there's no more digits, right? So instead, I'm going to write the 1 down here as part of the answer. Okay. Next up, I want to multiply by this 2. But this 2 is not just a 2. It's a 20, right? So the first thing that I do is I write the 0 down there to indicate that this is a 20. It's 2 tens. So now I'm going to say 2 times 0. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 6, and again I can calculate it, but if you need to write it down, I'm going to write down the 2 times table. So I can go down my 2 times tables and I can say 2, 4, 6, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is 2 times 6 is 12. So instead of writing 12, I'm going to write the 2 and I'm going to carry the 1 over. Next up, I'm going to say 2 times 3. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 plus 1 is 7. So that gets written over there. And finally, 2 times 1 is 2. And I write that down there. Awesome. So I have multiplied by the 9, which is my orange line, and I've multiplied by the 2, which is my yellow line. My next step in the multiplication is going to be to add. So I am going to add these two answers together. I'm going to add the orange line and the yellow line. So the first thing I say is 0 plus 0 is 0. 4 plus 0 is 4. 2 plus 2 is 4. 2 plus 7 or 7 plus 2 is 9. And 2 plus 1 is 3. And that, my friends, is my final answer, 39,440. So quick review, what did we do? We multiplied by the 9, then we multiplied by the 20, and because it's 2 tens, we first brought a 0 down. And once we've done 2 lines of multiplication, we added them up to give us our final total. This is how we are going to do the rest of the sums in this video. Okay, if you're ready to continue, let's carry on. Next sum says 7,251 multiplied by 58. So let's start. We're going to do the number 8 first. So first we're going to do our 8 times table. Okay, so we've got our 8 times table, and we want to know what is 8 times 1. 8 times 1 is going to be 8. 8 times 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's 40. I don't write 40, I carry the 4 over to be added, and I write the 0 down in the answer block. All right, 8 multiplied by 2 is 16. 16, so I'm going to say 16 plus 4, which gives me 20. So again, I'm going to carry the 2 and write the 0 there, 20. And then finally 8 times 7, which is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 56. So we're going to say 56 plus 2 gives me 58. And that's my answer for the first line. So 7,251 multiplied by 8. Step 1 complete. Step 2, let's multiply by 50. So I've got a 5 there. I add a 0 because it's 5 tens, right? It's 50. And there's my 5 times tables. So 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 5 is 25. So I carry the 2 and I write the 5 down. 5 times 2 is 10 plus 2 is 12. So I write the 2 and I carry the 10. 5 times 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 35. 35 plus 1 is 36. So I'm going to write 36 down like that. And that's complete. The next step is going to be to add. So I'm going to add my orange and my yellow. So 8 plus 0 is 8. 0 plus 5 is 5. 0 plus 5 is 5. 8 plus 2 is 10. So that's 0. Carry 1. 5 plus 1 is 6. 6 plus 6 is 12. So that's 2. Carry 1. 3 plus 1 is 4. And that, my dears, is your final answer. So your answer is going to be 420,558. Next question. 23,973 multiplied by 41. So we know we're going to multiply by 1. And because it's times 1, I'm not going to write out the 1 times tables, right? So we're going to say 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 7 is 7. 1 times 9 is 9. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 2 is 2. Awesome. Now I'm going to multiply by 40. Because it's tens, I start by writing a 0 there. Now I'm going to write out my 4 times tables. All right, so 4 times 3 is 12, right? So I'm going to write the 2 and carry the 1 over. 4 times 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that's 28. 28 plus 1 is 29. So I carry the 2 and I write down the 9. 4 times 9, so that's 7, 8, 9, that's 36. 36 plus 2 is 38. So that's 38. And then 4 times 3, we said that's 12. 12 plus 3, 13, 14, 15. So I'm going to bring down the 5, carry the 1. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 plus 1 is 9. Write down the 9. Next step, we're going to add the two lines together. So 3 plus 0 is 3. 7 plus 2 is 9. 9 plus 9 is 18. 8, carry 1 over. 8 plus 3, 8, 9, 10, 11. Plus 1 is 12. So it's 2, carry 1 over. 5, 6, 7, 8. And 9. And that's your final answer. Next question. Let's start by multiplying by 3. So we're going to say 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 5, 5, 10, 15. So that's going to be 5, carry 1 over. 3 times 7, 7, 14, 21. 21 plus 1 is 22. So 2, carry 2 over. And then 3 times 5 is 15, plus 2, 16, 17. 7, carry the 10. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4. So this line we did without writing out our times tables, right? But if you need to, there is no problem. Go ahead and write out your times tables. That's what your calculation section is there for. Next up, we are going to do the 20. So we start by writing the 0 because we are doing tens, right? If we were multiplying by 200, we would add 2 zeros instead of 1. So we put 2 zeros at the bottom, but because we're doing tens, we're putting 1 0. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 5 is going to be 5, 10. So 0, carry 1 over. 2 times 7, 7, 14, plus 1 is 15. 15, carry the 10. 2 times 5 is 10, plus 1 is 11. So 1 down there, carry the 10. And 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. And there we have our second line. Step 3, add them together. 0 plus 0 is 0. 5 plus 0 is 5. 2 plus 0 is 2. 7 plus 5 is 12. 2, carry 1 over. 4 plus 1 is 5, plus 1 is 6. And 3. And that's your final answer. Next question. We're going to start by multiplying by 2. So 2 times 8, 8, 16. So 6, carry 1 over. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. 2 times 4 is 8. And 2 times 1 is 2. Okay, yellow line. Multiply by 10. So we're going to add a 0 there. 1 times 8 is 8. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 1 is 1. Step 3, we add them together. So we're going to say 6 plus 0 is 6. 8 plus 3 is 11. So 1, carry 1 over. 8 plus 1 is 9. Plus 1 is 10. So 0, carry 1 over. 4 plus 2 is 6. Plus 1 is 7. And 1. That's your final answer. Next question. First, we're going to multiply by the 4. I've written out the 4 times tables. If you have this memorized, which you should, that is excellent. If you don't have it memorized, please write it down because we need to have the correct answer. So 4 times 3 is 12. We're going to write 2 and carry the 10 over. 4 times 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is 32. 32 plus 1 is 33. So I'm going to add 3 at the bottom and I'm going to carry 3 tens. 4 times 9 is going to be 36. 36 plus 3 is 37, 38, 39. So I'm writing the 9 down and I'm carrying the 30 over. And 4 times 2 is 8. 8 plus 3 is 11. And I write my 11 down. Step 2, multiply by 20. First thing I do is I write down the 0 because it's 2 tens. 2 times 3 is going to be 6. 2 times 8 is 16. So that's 6. And I carry the 10 over. 2 times 9 is 18. Plus 1 is 19. So that's 9. I carry the 1 over. 2 times 2 is 4. Plus 1 is 5. Step 3, I add them all together. 2 plus 0 is 2. 3 plus 6 or 6 plus 3 is 9. 9 plus 6 is 15, so it's 5, carry 1. 9 plus 1 is 10. 10 plus 1 is 11. 1, carry 1. 5 plus 1 is 6, plus 1 is 7. And that's your final answer. Next question. 4,166 times 35. Let's multiply by 5. So I'm not going to write out the 5 time tables. 5 times 6 is going to be 30. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So that's 0. Carry the 3 over. 5 times 6 is 30. 30 plus 3 is 33. Write the 3 and I carry the 30 over. 5 times 1 is 5. Plus 3 is 8. And 5 times 4, 5, 10, 15, 20. So that's 20. I'll write the full number down because there's no more to carry 2. Let's multiply by 30. So I'm going to write the 0 because it's 3 tens. 6 times 3 is going to be 6, 12, 18. So it's 8, carry the 1. 3 times 6 is going to be 18. Plus 1 is 19. So that's 9, carry the 1. 3 times 1 is 3. Plus 1 is 4. And 3 times 4 is 12. So I write it out like that. Step next is to add. So 0 plus 0 is 0. 3 plus 8 is 11. 1, carry 1. 9 plus 1 is 10. Plus 8 is 18. 8, carry the 10. 4 plus 1 is 5. 2 plus 2 is 4. And 1. And that's your final answer. Next slide. We're going to multiply by 9. Do you remember the trick for the 9 times tables? So it's 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, 9 times 3 is 27. I'm writing the 7. I'm carrying the 2 over. 9 times 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 63. 63 plus 2, 64, 65. So I write the 5. I carry the 60 over. 9 times 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 72. 72 plus 6 is going to be 78. So 8, carry the 7 over. 9 times 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 54. 54 plus 7 is going to be 61. And that is our first sum. Next, we are going to multiply by 30. So I'm going to write my 0 because it's 3 tens. 3 times 3, 3, 6, 9. Good. 3 times 7, 7, 14, 21. So I write the 1. I carry the 2. 3 times 8. 8, 16, 24. Plus 2 is 26. 6, carry the 2. 3 times 6, 6, 12, 18, 19, 20. Step 3, add the sums together. 0 plus 7 is 7. 5 plus 9 is 14. 8 plus 2 is 10. 6 plus 2 is 8. 6, 2. That's your final answer. Next question. Let's multiply by 4. So 6 times 4 is going to be 6, 12, 18, 24. 4, carry the 2 over. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 plus 2 is 6. 4 times 3, 3, 6, 9, 12. So that's 2, carry the 1 over. 4 times 8, 8, 16, 24, 32. 32 plus 1 is 33. That is our orange line. Now we're going to multiply by 10. So we're going to write down the 0. And because it's times 1, everything stays the same. 6, 1, 3, 8. Next step is to add them all together. So 4 plus 0 is 4. 6 plus 6 is 12. 2 carry 1. 2 plus 2 is 4. 3 plus 3 is 6. 8 plus 3 is 11. And that's your final answer. Next question. All right, so I've written out the 7 times tables and the 6 times tables to help us with this next sum. So let's start with 7 multiplied by 9, and that's going to be 63. I'm going to write 3, carry the 6 over. 7 times 0 is 0. 0 plus 6 is 6. 7 times 8 is going to be 56. So again, I'm going to write down the 6 and carry over the 5. And 7 times 9 is 63. So I am going to say 63 plus 5 is going to give me 68. Excellent. Now we're going to multiply by 60. I write down the 0 to indicate I'm multiplying by 10. 6 times 9 is 54. So that's going to be 4, carry over the 5. 6 times 0 is 0 plus 5 is 5. 6 times 8 is going to be 48. So 8, carry the 4 over. 6 times 9 is 54. 54 plus 4 is 58. And we're going to add them all together. 3 plus 0 is 3. 6 plus 4 is 10. 0 carry 1. 5 and 1 is 6. 6 and 6 is 12. 2 carry 1. 8 and 8 is 16. Plus 1 is 17. 7 carry 10. 8 and 6 is 14. Plus 1 is 15. 5 carry the 1. 5 and 1 is 6. And that's your final answer. Next question. I'm not going to do 1 times table, so 1 times 0 is 0. Remember, anything times 1 is going to be itself, so the number remains the same, 831. And now we're going to multiply by 20. So the first thing I'll do is I write down the 0. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 8 is 16. 6 carry 1. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 plus 1 is 7. And 2 times 1 is 2. Next up, I add them all up together. That gives me 0, 2, 8 and 4 is 12. Carry 1 over. 6 and 3 is 9 plus 1 is 10. Carry 1 over. 7, 8, 9 and 2. That's your final answer. Next sum. 6 times table. Okay, so 6 times 6 is 36. So 6 carry 3. 6 times 4 is 24. 24 plus 3 is going to be 27. Carry the 2. 6 times 8 is 48. Plus 2 is 50. So 0 carry 5. 6 times 7 is 42. 42 plus 5 is going to be 47. 7 carry 4. 6 times 1 is 6 plus 4 is 10. Next line, multiply by 20, so it's going to be 0 because it's 2 tens. 2 times 6 is 12, so it's going to be 2, carry over the 10. 2 times 4 is 8 plus 1 is 9. 2 times 8 is 16. 6 carry the 1 over. 2 times 7 is 14 plus 1 is 15. 5 carry the 1 over. 2 times 1 is 2 plus 1 is 3. step is to add them all together. That gives me 6, 9, 9. 6 and 7 is 13. Carry 1 over. 6 and 4. That's your final answer. Next question. We are going to multiply by 0. So anything multiplied by 0 is going to be 0. So I can write literally 5 zeros in a row. Okay, now I'm going to multiply by 3. And because it's 30, I write the 0 first. 3 times 7, 7, 14, 21. 1, carry 2 over. 3 times 6, 6, 12, 18. 18 plus 2 is 20. So 0, carry the 2. 3 times 0 is 0. Plus 2 is 2. 3 times 5 is 15. So that's 5, carry 1 over. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 plus 1 is 7. Now I add them all together, and I have 0, 1, 0, 2, 5, 7. That's your final answer. Next question. 8 times tables. Okay, we have our 8 times tables. 8 times 2 is 16, so that's 6, carry 1 over. 8 times 5 is 40, plus 1 is 41. 1, carry the 40. 8 times 4 is 32. 32 plus 4 is 36. 6, carry the 30. 8 times 9 is 72. 72 plus 3 is 75. Carry the 7. 8 times 2 is 16. 16 plus 7 is going to be 23. Let's multiply by 30. So 0 because it's 30. 3 times 2 is going to be 6. 3 times 5 is 15. So that's 5. Carry the 10 over. 3 times 4 is 12. Plus 1 is 13. 3, carry the 1 over. 3 times 9 is 27. Plus 1 is 28. Carry the 2 over. And 3 times 2 is 6. 6 plus 2 is 8. Then we add them all together. And what we have is 6, 7, 11, 9, 11, 11. And that's your final answer. Next question. Multiply by 3. 3 times 4. 4, 8, 12. So 2, carry 1. 3 times 2. 2, 4, 6. Plus 1 is 7. 3 times 8. 8, 16, 24. So 4, carry the 20. 3 times 0 is 0. Plus 2. 3 times 3 is 9. Multiply by 40. First we write the 0. Then we say 4 times 4. 4, 8, 12. So that's 2. Carry the 1 over. 4 times 2 is 8. Plus 1 is 9. 4 times 8 is going to be 8, 16, 24, 32. So I'm going to write the 3 and I'm going to write the 2. Carry the 30 over. 4 times 0 is 0 plus 3 is 3. 4 times 3 is 3, 6, 9, 12. Next up, I add them all together. And I see I've got 2, 9, 4, and that's 13. Carry 1 over. That's 5. That's 12. That's 3. That's 1. That's your final answer. Last question in this section. Let's do the 8 times table. I went ahead and gave you the 8 and the 4 times tables. So 8 times 5 is going to be 40. That's 0, carry the 40. 8 times 2 is 16, plus 4 is 20. That's 0, carry the 2. 8 times 5 is 40, plus 2 is 42. So 2, carry the 40. 8 times 7, 5, 6, 7 is 56. 56 plus 4 is 60. So that's 0, carry the 6. 8 times 3 is 24. 24 plus 6 is going to give me 30. Okay, Next one, we're going to multiply by 40. So I start by writing my 0 at the bottom. And I say 4 times 5 is 20. That's 0. And I'm going to carry the 2 over. 4 times 2 is 8. Plus 2 is 10. So that's 0. Carry the 1. 4 times 5 is 40. 40 plus 1 is 41. Carry the 4. 4 times 7 is 28. 28 plus 4 is going to be 32. 2, carry the 3. 4 times 3 is 12. Plus 3 is 15. Now I'm going to add them all together. And I have 0, 0, 2, 1, 2, 8, 1. And that's my final answer. All right. Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope that this helped you with your homework. I wish you all the best of luck. Be sure to like and subscribe in the video. If you have any questions, make sure that you note what your questions are, and then you can ask me in class. I wish you all the best. I'm very glad that you are in my class, and this year is going to be awesome. Thank you.